Hello, welcome back to GP Nail Art. Jessica here. So I have some new stiletto tips on. I do have a video that will be coming soon that will show applying the stiletto tips, so be on the lookout for that. Today I'm going to be using one of the dip kits I got during my Amazon Prime Day haul. If you want to see that video, that was out a little while ago, so I'll link that in the cards for you. I did go through the contents of each of the dip kits that I bought during that video, but I'm just going to go ahead and pull everything out of this little baggie that it came in. And it pretty much came with all of the standard items that you typically are going to need for a dip powder kit, for like a starter type kit. So we have the brush, we have all of the liquids, we have the colors in the little box there. But I wanted to try it out and just see how everything performs because I have not used this brand yet. And these are the trial size bottles as well. I'm not super, I don't super love the trial size bottles, but for a starter kit, it's not so bad. So I am going to read through the instructions really quick here as well. And if you need to or want to take a screenshot of that, you certainly can. But I'm going to go ahead and open up and kind of go through each of the colors that came in this kit. I won't be using this little tray that it came with today, although you certainly can. And I'm just going to decide which colors I want to use. So I'm not entirely sure why I decided they needed to be in numeric order, but these are the colors. We have a really light pink, kind of a light gray, and then we have some darker pinks as well. So I'm just going to go through the colors, and I'm really just kind of trying to decide which colors I'm wanting to use for this mani. So I guess we'll have to see what shakes out. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go with two of the pink colors. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the base coat application. When I was looking over the instructions for this particular kit, there wasn't anything that was dramatically different in regards to applying the liquids or the process, and as far as the dip powder process is concerned. There was one small difference, but I'll get to that a little bit later. I'm just applying the base coat across my whole entire nail as I usually do. I did decide to pour over for this particular color, mostly because it's just a smaller jar. That's typically how I like to do it when it is a smaller jar. I found though that this color went on really kind of patchy. It looked like there was like a little bit of a bare spot on part of my nail, and it just didn't quite look like a very smooth application. And usually that's not the case when you're pouring over. Usually that's going to be the way that you can get a really nice even layer of the dip powder on your nail. So I was kind of surprised by that. But I'm going to go ahead and do two more nails after this one. I am going to do 3 layers. By the third layer, I had full opacity on the color. It didn't look patchy any longer, but it was a little bit bumpy, so I don't know, what was going on there. But, I did have to kind of file that out a bit, so I wasn't super pleased with the application of this particular color. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up applying the remaining layers of this color, and then we'll go on to the next color. But I did want to also talk about a few other things that will be coming up as far as my channel is concerned. At this point, once this mani is uploaded and you're able to see it, Nail Addict She and I will have picked the winning suggestion for our This or That collab, so that the actual mani itself will be posted on the 15th, so be on the lookout for that. Also, as you may know, if you've been a watcher of my channel, I do my own A to Z nail art challenge. I did pick the comment a while ago on that one. I did recently do the actual mani as well, so the posting for that will be up on August 13th, so that's in just a couple days. So be on the lookout for that. And then on the 17th, I'll post the suggestion video for letter L. So that'll be the next one for you to make suggestions on for the A to Z challenge. And I'm still really having a lot of fun with that. So I'm loving seeing all of your suggestions, and it really gets me to kind of think outside the box, and kind of get my, creative juices flowing, so to speak. If you want to see the other videos, the other dip powder kits that I got during my Amazon Prime Day haul, I did post that video a while ago. I'll put that up in the cards for you. And if there's any certain one that you want to see next, let me know in the comments, and I can certainly figure out a mani to do with another one of those kits. So I'll probably continue to do those, here and there. They're not really going to be back to back, but I'll continue to work on those. So I have maybe, I think, 4 more kits that I bought after this one. So as you can see there, the application looked, pretty good after that 3rd layer. This one, I thought it was going to be just a darker shade of that baby pink kind of color that I already applied, but it ended up being a little bit more of like a dusty rose, mauve-ish kind of color. I'm not mad at it. I actually like that better than the baby pink. I'm really not much of a pink person. Although I do have pink in a lot of my manis, I'm just not usually a pink person per se, but I do like this particular color. And I did dump the whole entire contents of that jar into that cupcake liner and laid my finger into it, and it did come out to be a much smoother layer that way, which is kind of odd to me that it would be smoother that way than pouring over, but it is what it is. So I probably would like to use the other pink in the future and do it this way instead of pouring over, and see if I get a better application, because this one went on really smooth and I was really happy with the outcome of that particular color. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 more layers on this nail, just to get the full color opacity on those 2 nails as well. Alright, and as always, I do like to encapsulate all of my nails with the clear dip powder, mostly just to protect the color from any kind of filing marks or anything like that before I go into files. It's really just to protect the color, make sure I don't, make any of the nails too thin or anything like that. But also I did want to mention, if you do want to see the mani that is on my left hand, that is a color that I got during my Revel nail haul. That one was also posted a few days ago, so I'll put that in the cards for you as well. So I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary here with the clear, just applying the base to my whole entire nail, dipping into that clear powder, and just making sure I have a nice smooth application. Alright, and then as always, just to make sure I don't get any white specks from the clear dip powder, and that I don't have any, extra powder on my nails or anything like that, I do like to use that scrubby brush. I'm going to go ahead and go in with the activator. I'm going to do, it didn't really say in the instructions that you had to do like 2 layers. It just said, to apply it to the whole entire nail and let that sit for about a minute before you go in to do any filing, shaping, buffing, and so on. I do like to, because I do 3 layers, or ends up being 4 layers of dip powder with the clear, you can kind of feel, activator feels cold on your nail. I kind of like to feel it all the way down to my natural nail, just because I know then that it's getting through all of those layers to make sure that it's going to harden properly. So this is after filing. I didn't want to include the filing so the video wouldn't be too long. I am just going to wipe off any filing dust and everything with a little bit of alcohol on that cotton pad. And I'm going to go ahead and apply some stickers. This was a little bit of an afterthought. Usually I like to apply the stickers under my clear powder, but I just wanted to add a little extra to this mani and make it a little bit more summery. I think sometimes pink can kind of come off as, a little, because it's pastel and everything, a little bit more of a spring color. So I had these pink and black summery stickers. There's some tropical birds and palm trees. I've been out of Florida for just a few months and I'm already talking about pine trees. Anyway, just wanted to make it look a little bit more summery. So usually I like to do the stickers under my clear powder just so that they're a little bit more protected, and I won't have to worry about them lifting or causing my top coat to lift or anything like that. So just gonna finish applying those and then it'll be top coat time. Alright, so this little birdie sticker just was not having it. Did not want to be a part of this mani, so as you can see, I will be moving on in a minute. That birdie said, "Nuh-uh, not today." So I decided to pick another sticker. Alright, so now for the difference in this particular dip powder kit. In the instructions, which I was quite surprised about, it did not say to put a second layer of activator right before the top coat. Most dip powder kits do advise you to do that. That's typically what's going to make your top coat look shiny. I did decide to follow the instructions and not do the second layer of activator, and I was surprised at how shiny they ended up looking, because typically you need that second layer. That's what's going to, in essence, cure that top coat so that it looks nice and shiny. So not sure what the science is behind all of that, but they still came out shiny, so I was happy with that. I would have been a little bit disappointed, I think, if they were looking dull at all. So I was surprised by that, but happy with the result. And one other thing I did want to mention as well, in the directions from the box, it did say that this would just need to dry for about a minute. It did take longer than that. That could be because of my environment as well. It's summer, it's a little bit hotter outside. I do have an air conditioner on in my room, but there could be varying factors. But this is after it dried and it still looks very shiny. So again, I am still happy with the result. I would just, say be careful, when you're letting them dry, not to kind of go in and try to touch it too soon. I'm going to go ahead and, as usual, finish off with the Candi Skin Care cuticle oil and, just rehydrate my skin and, massage the area where your nail kind of grows. So that's all kind of that in between your cuticle and your first knuckle there. So if you're having trouble getting your nails to grow, I would suggest this. But let me know what you think of the stiletto tips. I usually like to do those for the fall, and they're really fun for Halloween mani, so I kind of decided to pop them on a little bit earlier and let them grow out a little bit. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of this mani below, and until next time, bye for now.